talk to you about some logistical things while we're traveling in Iceland. I'm pretty good about researching stuff beforehand, and I mentioned in a previous vlog that we always get the Rick Steves book, and he has a great little things on practicalities on the inside here. But a few things I want to talk about specifically in Iceland. So we're now here in mid-July, and a couple of things that I've kind of I wasn't expecting. First and foremost, the flies, and you'll see them as they're flying around as we're trying to shoot this video. The flies are crazy here. They're little midges, and so some of them bite, some of them don't. I'm one that flies tend to like me a lot, and so I've been bitten a lot on this trip too. I would recommend getting some sort of bug spray to bring over. I did buy some when I was here. It was very difficult to find. I finally found one in some gas station. I didn't think it worked all that great, but the flies are very troublesome. I don't know when they end. I think it's mainly in the summertime, obviously through bodies of water, but we haven't been able to really open up the windows at nighttime because there's so many flies coming in, so I just really be mindful of that. The other thing that we ran into was on the gas station. So we did the whole entire ring road, which you'll see our videos all on that. But with the gas stations, a lot of them were what they would call self-service gas stations. So it would just be a couple of pumps, and then there would be a restaurant, but the restaurant was associated with the gas station. The gas stations were sort of on their own. And in order to use them, you had to have a PIN for your credit card, and it was a 6-digit PIN. Unfortunately, we didn't have PINs attached to our credit cards. We tried to use our debit card once, which was a little bit scary because I don't like using my debit card here, but we couldn't even use that as well too. So there was a couple of times where we sweated out, where we were literally almost rolling into the gas station. We almost ran out of gas to find a gas station that had attendants in there, which they would do is you would go in and you would ask them to unlock the gas pump, and sometimes they would ask for your driver's license, sometimes they wouldn't, but in essence you could then pump the gas without the PIN, and you could either pay by cash or credit card. So just be very mindful of that, and I think going forward I'm definitely going to get a PIN with our credit cards, so I will know that. It seems to be the 6-digit is the right one to do. A few things to sort of also keep in mind with Iceland. So we flew in and we got in late in the evening. What we had heard is through Rick Steves and some of the other travel bloggers is that booze was very expensive. So once we got out of the airport and we got through customs, we did go through duty free, and we did pick up our wine for the trip, as well as some beer too. It's cheaper there. So we do recommend doing that. It didn't take that long. You were there and you finally went through the final checkouts and you were fine with that too. So we do recommend that if you are looking to partake in any sort of spirits or wine or beer, to get them at the duty free prior to you leaving. Iceland is a very expensive place to be at. We found that you needed to be careful how to do the conversion. So I'll give you a couple of tips on the conversion. So one of the ones that Rick Steves has recommended is you take the amount, you drop the last 2 zeros, and then you reduce it by 20%. So if there's 10,000 coronas, you would drop it down the 2 zeros, so now you're at 100, take it by 20%, and it's $80. That's how I sort of did the conversion. My husband Todd did not know how to handle that one as much. So the other way to think about it is for every 100 coronas, or for every 1,000 coronas, it's $8. So if something was 3,000 coronas, it was roughly $24. So that's basically how we sort of did the math. You just need to be very careful. Like, we were trying to buy some little t-shirts for our nieces, and when I started doing the conversion, these little I Love Iceland t-shirts were almost, $30 a piece. And so I said, you know what, this isn't a really good thing. Having said that, we did buy them some children's books, and I really wasn't paying attention. Next thing you know, 2 children's books and a little game that we bought them was almost $70. So you just need to watch your conversion rate. It is expensive here. We did a hybrid where we cooked in all of our breakfasts. We did stay at VRBOs, or a couple times we stayed at a couple hotels where breakfast was included. Lunches were, sometimes we ate out, sometimes we just had a picnic lunch, and that kind of helped out on cost. And dinners, we were half and half. We cooked some dinners in, and we did some out too. There was 3 of us traveling, and so, but sometimes, and we did order wine with our meal and stuff like that. We were up to a couple $100. One day we had 3 individual pizzas, 2 glasses of wine, and some water, and our bill was almost $80. So you just need to be mindful that if you're going to travel to Iceland, while it may be cheap to get over here, that you just need to be careful with the currency conversion, and that the cost of coming over here is pretty expensive.